Here in Toronto, 20% of the world's fresh water is in the Great Lakes, and you know we can't swim in the Great Lakes because of all the pollution. I think that it is up to us to make the Great Lakes clean again. The plumbing systems that we utilize today are destroying the lakes and the purity of them. I would propose that we change the plumbing systems in our homes. We change the way that we make our homes. Instead of living in the concrete filing cabinets, my wife says, let us build biospheres where we're part of nature. Not that, you know, you have to have bugs crawling over you at night or anything like that, but that the trees are part of the walls. And I'll go into how to make all of that in another time, and also about how to make your water and, you know, other projects that are coming out. I believe that the big thing is that if you could pay taxes, not to the government, but to yourself and the kingdom within of you, and make that better, I think that's when all of the mistakes that humanity has made will be all forgotten, all forgiven, and everything will be good again. Because we'll have the brains and the know-how of how to go about life. These elections, I think that whoever gets in government doesn't matter, as long as we are able to pay a certain portion of the profit into ourselves, and that, you know, we're not dependent on the grocery store to give us food, because we have our own farm. And if we want to have something, that we've grown it and that we've made it ourselves, and any future generations, we will always have our farms, and that we can grow life not only on the surface but on different levels with the nature that is around us, and making everything beautiful. I'm an outside of the box thinker, and because of these crystals, it's really enforced my thinking. I can see that a great number of people are inside of the box. They believe that the doctors are going to save them. They believe that the governments are going to take care of them in their old age. They believe that the farmers that are making all this produce are, you know, letting the cows run free and the chickens all run free and everything good. But the sad part about it is most of the milk that we get is from 1 or 2 different companies, and all the cows are all in the barn from the time they're born to the time they die, and everything is just production. The chickens, they're 6 weeks old from the time of birth to the time that they go on your plate, and they're fed all these hormones. I would like to change all of these different ways that man is destroying man, and have man to make deals, like break bread with each other, so that everybody gets satisfied and that nobody is wanting of something. And I believe that if we have this cooperation in our society and in our lives, then we will make things better. The reason why I think that maybe I am a little bit on the special side, or a little bit on the different side too, is I was born September 29th, the feast day of St. Michael. St. Michael, I learned, is archangel who cares about nature, who cares about water, is the patron saint of the policeman. Every time I see a policeman, I ask him if he's righteous. You know, we all have to do the right thing. And not just because we want to make the money and do our job, but to help the one that needs the help. And right now I think in society we all need help, because there's just way too much sickness in the world and way too many problems. If you don't believe me, look at even how sick Mother Nature is with all the hurricanes and disasters that are going on. I think it's about time that we decided to put things in perspective and start within. And the way I explain things to doctors and to different people about the three different sciences is that you have chemistry, physiology, and biology. Of those three sciences, which one rules the other two? I say it's physics. You know, if you take a wall, the big wall that's in front of you, and you ask yourself, how big is the nucleus of a human cell? That wall is all one human cell. The nucleus is just but a pinprick. And the gates of heaven is like that nanometer aquaorin, the mouth of that little nucleus, because everything that happens, everything around there, goes on within that nucleus. And for the water or any of the neural liquid to get into that passageway, it's like what the Bible says, a camel passing through the eye of the needle at light speed. So the chances of that neural liquid going out of you and then going back into that little place, not very likely. So we all need to learn how to consume what it is that our brains need and to expand upon our humanity so that the neural liquid goes into that little nucleus. And all the energies that are around that nucleus are trying to make that neural liquid go back in. And all the crap that's in the world and everything else, it'd be gone, you know? It's not that hard to do, especially like if you have a number of people doing it. And I know I can't do it on my own. I made a little bit of a miracle getting to the point where I am, but me alone it's no good, and you know, I still have a long journey ahead of me in order to do all of these things. I'm 50 years old now, but I still think I can work like I was 30 something. And a lot of people think that, yeah, you know, I am young, looking younger and acting like I'm not 50 years old. So I hope I can give you these gifts, and that you in turn can pass on these gifts to others that are in need. Thank you very much.